Hello everyone, this is Surya and welcome to BI Geek. In today's video, we are going to solve another problem from HackerRank Java End-of-file. This is a very small problem. Let's read out the problem. In computing, end-of-file, commonly abbreviated EOF, is a condition in a computer operating system where no more data can be read from a data source. The challenge here is to read n line of input until you reach end-of-file, then number, and then print all n lines of content. There we have a hint. Java scanner.hasNext method is used for this problem. So after that we have input, read some unknown n lines of input from standard in system.in until you reach end of file. Each line of input contain a known empty string, and then after we have our output format. For each line, print the line number followed by a single space and then the line content received as input. So if our sample input is hello world, I am a file, read me until end of file, then we have to print 1, and then after that our first line, and after that 2, our second line, and so on. So this is our basic input format, and after that we have to print number of lines and with their respective numbers. So this is our basic problem. Let's solve this problem. Let me go to our IntelliJ and let me clean my code. Okay, so over there we have our scanner which we will use to take input. So in our first or second video we already discussed about this method hasNext. What this method do? Let me do it again. Let's say I write scanner dot hasNext and see what is the implementation of hasNext. So our hasNext, what it does, return true if this scanner has another token in its input. This method may block while writing for input to scan. The scanner does not advance past any input. Return true and only if the scanner has another token. So what this hasNext method do, basically it return a boolean, true or false, if our scanner has another token. So the means of the token is our input. So if our scanner has another token, then hasNext method will return true, otherwise it will return false. So the means of false here is that our input is over. So let me try to run a simple program to demonstrate how this works. Let's say as out. So I will use this to print has next, and okay. So and after that what I did, I will take a string to take input, and let's say this is S and SC next line, and after that I will print this line. I will print this S, and let me try to run this code. So if I put Surya over there, then I will get a true, and after that I will get Surya. So what is happening here? I put Surya, so se.hasNext method evaluate that I have Surya, so this is the input token, and in case we have our scanner has an input token, it will return true. And after that I have Surya, so I took input into our next line, and I save the Surya into S, and then I will print it. We have more method as has next, so let me try to show you. So I have has next, has int, has boolean, has byte. So we can use this method to evaluate that our next input is boolean, our next input is int, or our next input is double. So how we can use that? Let me show you. In our last question, we tried to take input for a long, but here we are getting an exception. So to avoid this exception, what I can do, I can put a if condition before that and check the condition that SC has next long or not. So if I am getting a long, in that only case I will took SC.next long. So by using this I can avoid exceptions. Now let's see how we can solve this problem, because we have to print number and after that the input. As we already know, if we have a repetitive work, then in that case we can use loops. Now we have many type of loop, but commonly we have for loop and while loop. And the main difference in these loops are, for our for loop, we know how many times we want to run our loop. But in case of while, we do not know how many times we will run our code. And if you see this, here we do not know how many times our code will work, how many times we are gonna take our input. So in that case, we will use while loop to print our statement. And for the syntax of while loop, let's say we have while, and after that we have a boolean over there. And if the value of this boolean is true, then our statements under while loop block will run. If the value of this boolean is false, then we will get out of this loop and we will run another code. Now, let me remove it. Now, in our case, we have to take input till our value of sc.hasNext is true. So, if the value is true, then we will take input into a string, and then before that I will took a integer I, and I will increase the value after printing the value of I with string. So first I will print I, and after that I will print my string, and then after that I will increase my value, and then my code will run again, and then I will check sc.has next is true or false. If the value of sc.has next is true, then again I will take the input into a string. My value of I is already increased, then I will print my I, and after that I will print my string, and then again I will increase the value of I. And in that case, sc.has next means we do not have another value after printing this. Then in that case our value of sc.hasNext will become false, and in case of false I will get out of this loop, and the code after this loop will work. We can also implement this using for loop, but it is not recommended, and we will use while loop in case we do not know how many times our code will work. Here we can have thousands lines, so this loop will work 1,000 times. But in many cases you already seen, we will use for loop. Let's say if we have n input, so in that case we will use for loop because we know we have to run our code n times. But here we do not know how many times we want to run our code, so let's implement this into our code editor. Let me try to write a while loop, and in that while loop I will use sc.hasNext, and in case my value of sc.hasNext is true, then in that case I will take input for a string, but before that I will initialize an integer I with the value 1, and what I will do, I will take a string s is equals to sc dot next line, and after that what I will do, I will print those values s out I plus, and after that we will print a space, and then after that I will print my s, and this will be our final code. But we have to increase our value of I because initially the value of I is 1, and after that we will, when we will took another string as input, we have to increase our value of I because we have to print 2 over there. So I think this code will work. So let me try to run this code, and if I put Surya, this is Surya, and Pratap and Singh. So as you can see over there, we have Surya. For Surya I have one Surya, for Pratap I have two Pratap, for Singh I have three Singh, and after that if I do not have any input, then uh, this code will go terminated. So let me what I can do, I can just copy this code and print and put it into my code editor. So let's try to do that. Let's run our code. So uh, our code is working fine. Let me submit it. Okay, it is taking some time. Now as you can see, our code is successfully submitted. So if you want to copy this code, you can, there is a link in the description box. You can go to that link, and from there you can just copy our code and paste it in our code editor and submit your code, and your test case will got successfully passed. And I think we are done for this video, and in our next video we will solve another Java problem, Java static block. So till then, thank you, take care, and bye bye.